Hello, everyone that is watching us. My name is Phiona Nyamutooro, and I'm happy to be here.
You're leaving out our positions.
Oh, yes. Like you rightly introduced me earlier, I am the National Youth Member of Parliament and also the Minister of State for Mineral Development and the flag bearer for Nibi District, Woman Member of Parliament.
Yes, Honorable Minister. When it comes to politics, where did this decision come from? Because there are many jobs in the country.
It was never a decision. It has been a gradual growth because I think I have been in leadership all my life. I have been a leader from my infantry. As a child, I was a leader in school, I was a leader in primary school, in secondary, in high school, at campus, at the university. After the university, I joined the National Youth Council, and then I ran for Youth Member of Parliament. So it's been step by step. Yeah.
How easy and hard was it for you to go through as the National Female Member of Parliament?
Every campaign is not easy. It's very competitive, especially youth elections. They are really competitive. So, and the young people are very attentive and vigilant on what kind of leader they would want to put their trust in. It was also very tedious, considering that I had to travel the whole country, border to border. I think all through the campaign, both in the primary election and the final election, I must have visited every district like 4 times. Yes, so that was draining physically but also financially.
Okay. In your office of the Member of Parliament, what are some of the achievements you can look at and be proud of yourself?
As a Youth Member of Parliament, as a youth, when I'm speaking of Youth Member of Parliament now, I don't speak for myself alone, because we've been working as a group, as Youth Members of Parliament. We are 5. When we got into Parliament, we got into the 11th Parliament at a time when government was now retrieving all the different funds that they had put in place, especially for special interest groups like the young people, and channeling all of them to the parish development model. So there used to be a fund which is still existent for the revolving side, that was the Youth Livelihood Fund. We also used to have the Capital Venture Fund, which was also for the young people, but all those had to be recollected into one pool of the parish development model. So the very first thing we instituted as Youth Members of Parliament was convincing the President to gazette 30% of the parish development model for the young people. So 100 million per parish everywhere in the country, 30 million of that 100 million goes to the young people. And young in the sense of the Constitution is 18 to 30 years old. From there, when we got into office, we also found the President had an initiative of skilling under State House. By then, Madame Nachove was the one who was still the State House controller. The skilling initiative was under them, but it was only in the central, in Kampala. We advocated for him to do regional skilling hubs, which government has now put up in every sub-region. So we have 18 skilling hubs across the country, which take in 50 young people per district every 6 months. We also put in place the startup bill, which is in the pipeline. It was put forth, it was supposed to be tabled by the Honorable Okot Boniface, who is the youth MP for Northern Uganda. But then we later on harmonized with government, and government took it up. And that is going to initiate a situation where government gives young enterprises, innovations, startup, where they have an environment that can enable them be strengthened to live to see their first birthday. Because one of the greatest challenges young people face in this country is not being short of ideas, not at all, but the implementation of them. Most young enterprises would not live beyond 2 years. And our question was, where is this coming from? We were also able to amend the PPDA Act, which is for local governments. At local government level, we also instituted it by law that 30% of all local government contracts go to young people. And that is happening in every district in Uganda. By the time I was appointed minister, I was pushing for a law also on sexual reproductive health and rights. And we were advocating for government to conclude on the education health policy, which is now in its final stages. But I was pushing for ordinances to be instituted in every district, for every school to have a sexual reproductive health and rights club, which would be a convening center for knowledge sharing, for information, for these young people. And that was mainly to target the high rates of school dropouts that we have, the rampant teenage pregnancies, especially in the different rural areas, and just to see how best we can support girls and boys to be in the same environment and complete a decent education. Away from that, we've also had very many achievements with young leaders in terms of capacity building, in terms of seeing that we instill leadership and patriotism in them. What else? There are quite a number of things that we've done. Those are just to mention but a few.
I give you enough time to talk about whatever you've so far tackled, but still we have a lot of echo from youths crying for unemployment in Uganda. Why is it still like that?
But unemployment is not a Ugandan problem, is it? No, it's a global problem. And unemployment will never, I don't think will ever strike a balance where you now have a situation where people are no longer talking about unemployment anywhere. The issue that we have actually most in Uganda might not necessarily be unemployment, because Uganda is one of those countries where there are thousands of opportunities. A young person in Uganda might not have 100 shillings today, and then in 6 months they are a millionaire. You cannot find that in any other country in the world, nowhere. What we struggle most from in Uganda is under unemployment. The fact that someone can get something to do, but the payment is not worth them being able to fend for life and meet the standards of living.
fellows are also saying if you could meet some Uganda.
And then the second issue we have is the quality of our skill force. You find that we still have very low ratings when it comes to our labor force. It is very hard for Ugandan young people to be viably competitive with other labor skill force. It's even evident right here in the country. Look around, the most basic skills that you would think you would be complaining and saying, oh, our young people should be doing this. Look at our biggest hotels in the country. You will find Kenyans are the ones running them. Indians, because people are very, very particular about the quality, what is there to offer. And that is why government has taken it very seriously to promote the TVET system, to see that we get to polish the skills of the young people right from when they are in school. Then on the issue of underemployment, we are still pushing the president for minimum wage. Because whether we like it or not, now that we were able to reach middle income status, eventually we shall need it as a country. And I think once those two are sorted, you can be certain that young people will be thriving in different fields, because they are very brilliant, they are innovative, they have their ideas, they just need an environment that will enable them strengthen the implementation of those ideas.
Okay, we're still flying out more of our fellow youths to Arab countries to look for jobs. Yet a minister is here telling us that we have a lot of opportunities in a country like Uganda. What are some of those opportunities that our youths are supposed to look at before flying out of the country for jobs?
When it comes to young people, there is no limitation to opportunities. You cannot say that young people should only look at a particular area. No, every avenue in Uganda, even when it comes to politics, it is open to the young people, which you might never find in other countries. In other countries, you will not find a young person running for president. Constitutionally, it's not allowed. In Uganda, in the 11th parliament, we have about 40% of the members of parliament being young people.
Yeah.
Most of them are ably vibrant. So we cannot put a gauge and say this is the criteria that young people should be looking at. All avenues are open. What we advocate the young people to do is to make themselves ready, equip themselves with the right skill, and ensure that you can ably compete. Because personally, I have witnessed disappointments in different avenues. You find young persons getting opportunities, and they can barely take up the opportunity because they were never ready. Yes, there are opportunities that will pass by because they need particular qualities that they are looking for, and the young person does not present them. And that is why even as youth members of parliament, we were the very first to come against the notion of experience during job adverts. Because if you're going to advertise for a job and you want experience of 10 years or 15 or 20 years, you've automatically locked out a young person.
Someone who has just come out of campus.
Exactly, and we are saying look at competence. This person is probably bringing in new ideas. This person is probably bringing in a new format of work that will enable you achieve much more results than you would get from experience. Can you help build this person, and you also tap into their different attributes that they bring on table, and see that you either build a stronger company or you build a stronger whatever position or title that is there. Now, one of the challenges I was telling you about not being prepared is, for instance, in the mineral sector, oil and gas. We still are struggling for now. If you look at how many Ugandan companies, yes, that should be a young sector. How many Ugandan companies are in tier 1? You'll find only like 1 or 2. And yet those are open opportunities for us as young people. If you're looking for young geologists, you're looking for young petroleum engineers, there are very few. And the ones who exist right now cannot fill all the vacancies that are there. You'll find that we'll end up flying in expertise from outside of the country to come and fill the space that we need right now. So we are encouraging young people, look out for these opportunities and see how best you can fit yourself to be the best candidate to always take up that space.
Ladies and gentlemen, I forgot to inform you that she's the NRM flag bearer of Nebi district. Congratulations upon that.
Thank you.
Percentage jewawangulirako yali a bit high. Atenga incumbent aliyo wa NRM. Someone told me to fix in some Uganda. I don't know whether you somehow good in Uganda.
I'll try. I speak Luganda but for Mbozi, I cannot express myself fluently in Luganda.
Okay. But then njogera kucha being the flag bearer of NRM in this district. Wasobola otya okukuba opponent wo atenga incumbent?
I don't know. I cannot say that nasobola like this and like this, but we put in the hard work. Our message was very clear. We presented our manifesto to the people, and I think they weighed options and saw that this is a much better leader that we would go with for now.
Your choice of support, supporting His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, abamu ku bavuka bwe bagamba nti akaddiye atuuse okuwummula entebe agidekera abato, and the rest tulinamu fellow youths like you. Lwaki tewayinga to support for fellow youths n'ogenda supporting His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni?
Which of the young people do you know have a better vision than President Museveni? Tell me one.
We have some good contestants abali mu race.
Which one, and what is their vision that you think could convince me to support them over President Museveni?
What are some of the visions zotunulire wa His Excellency zikusibayo?
President Museveni's vision has been very clear. Yes, transforming Uganda into a country that is economically independent and self-relying on its own. The gradual growth of Uganda is very evident. Don't you see growth in Uganda?
I see, they see.
Yes. Now, if you see it and I see it, it is upon us to convince the rest who don't see it to see it. You see, politics cannot be left to chance. It is not a matter of excitement to say because President Museveni is much older in terms of age that you can just rubbish him off. The question is, what is your vision for Uganda? Is your vision actually ideal or is it realistic? When we are talking about Uganda and President Museveni, we are talking about Uganda, where it has come from, Uganda where we are now, and Uganda where we are going. So for you, who is challenging, what are you saying?
So you still see the vision of His Excellency is still clear and good for the young people?
I asked you, who has a better vision among the presidential candidates, and what is that vision? Because President Museveni's leadership has been very clear. If we are talking in terms of infrastructure development, isn't it happening? Aren't you seeing a lot of transformation in the country? If we are talking about economic empowerment, isn't it thriving? Aren't you seeing lives changing and household income improving at grassroots level through the parish development model and many other government initiatives? If we are talking about education, what is the literacy rate of Uganda right now?
It's a bit high.
So then what are you challenging?
Particularly, let's move to Nebi.
And that is before even we talk about peace and security, by the way.
That's obvious. Let's talk about Nebi.
No, it is not obvious. How many countries have as much peace and security as Uganda has? It is not obvious. It is not. Can you guarantee us that whichever young candidate is running for presidency in Uganda can uphold the same peace and security that we have?
That's because they are not tested.
No. How many times are we going to test you? President Museveni did not come in as an 81-year-old. He came in his 30s. The vision has always been clear.
Comparison is not okay. Comparison is not okay for other candidates because they have not gotten any chance to lead like His Excellency.
But what is politics without comparison? I thought that is the whole point of democracy. The fact that you can present your ideas and then we get to gauge. Which other term would you use other than comparison?
Let's talk about Nebi as a district. What are some of the achievements of the NRM government for the time it has been in power?
For the time it has been in power would be so long. Because like you had the president yesterday at his rally. There was a time in this country when there were only 6 A-level schools in the whole country. 3 for girls, 3 for boys. But right now, Nebi alone has numerous A-level schools. Nebi alone has very many schools that are thriving in education. But as we are now, where we are at now, the achievements that we are celebrating are the milestones that we think are going to take the district to a much higher level.
Yeah.
Government was able to give us an industrial park, which is actually on my village, Omvoro, and it's going to be one of those industrial parks that is prioritized in the next financial year. So that alone is going to come with a lot of economic growth, employment opportunities. It's going to come with market opening across the borders to South Sudan, to Congo. It's going to come with a lot of infrastructure development. Last year, we officially connected West Nile to the national grid when the president came and commissioned Nebi substation. We now have stability of power. There's a lot of business growth that has been registered in the past 1 year. Now we are looking at extending this electrification to the other sub-counties that have not yet gotten power, to see that all schools, health centers, trading centers are connected.
Okay.
Yes.
Besides just that, what are some of...
And also we have been able to secure $20 million from Badea that is going to construct the Nebi-Goli road. 16 kilometers of that road is going to be tarmacked, and that is starting immediately next month.
Besides the achievements, what are some of the things that President should start with immediately when he goes through?
Some of the things that we want him to start with is we want our Nebi General Hospital to be upgraded to a regional referral hospital in the region, because it is one of those traditional hospitals that we have in the country. We also want, we have 16 sub-counties. Out of the 16, 10 have health center 3s as per government policy. The remaining 6 that don't have health center 3s, we are looking at having them get their health center 3s in the next coming years. We also still want to strengthen much more when it comes to education. We have already been able to lobby a technical school, though we already have many private ones in the district, but now we are putting in place a government one that will help us equip our young people much more. When it comes to economic empowerment, we are doing quite well, because for us as leaders, we have even been able to support the people in terms of economic empowerment, and that is just to add on to the efforts of government, because I believe leadership does not just wait on government alone. We are supposed to hold our hands and see how best we strengthen every initiative that government has. So for us in Nebi, the PDM money, as it comes at parish level, we even have village circles per village, 641 villages across Nebi. And as we speak now, I started that initiative of the village circles. As we speak now, the target is for every village circle to have a minimum of 10 million shillings in their account. And that will be 6.4 billion. Now that is money that is not for their personal economic empowerment necessarily, but it is money for helping us change the face of our villages, because we want our village people to be able to have cash at hand when a borehole is spoiled. We want them to be able to maintain a community road.
So it's free money, they are not supposed to take it back after using it?
It's a circle. Which circle do you know that is free money? I just said circle. Yeah, it's a village circle. So it's a revolving fund around the village that only members of that village can access. Yes. And they are growing it very well. As we speak now, most villages have 3 million, 4 million. And I set a target for them. I said every village account should have 10 million shillings as a minimum of standing balance. And above that, they get to grow economically. But the most important thing is that you see that the need for access to affordable credit is being solved, which has been one of the greatest challenges for our rural people. If a farmer is on season and they needed to access seedlings of 500,000, now they can easily get that money without having to indulge in high interest loans and everything that comes with that.
Thank you so much. How has your position as a minister impacted the people of Nebi?
Has it impacted the people of Nebi alone? I think my position as
I'm zeroing
minister,
it down to Nebi because I'm in your region and I'm in your district, so probably I need to push the information here to the rest of the country.
Yes, that's okay. I was saying my position, my appointment as minister, I think not myself alone, because President Museveni has appointed quite some other young people as well. My sister, the Honorable Liliana Berry, is also a young person. There is the Honorable Diana Mutasingwa, is also a young person. There is Honorable, what's the Honorable Kakunu's name? His name is Ryan. There is Honorable Martin, the Minister for Tourism. They are fairly young people, though of course I'm the youngest among them. So I think these appointments have come with a lot of hope for the young people across the country. It's been pleasant to see the enthusiasm that young people are presenting. Yeah? They now feel like, yes, we are now part of leadership and our voices can ably contribute to the development of this country. They feel like impactful participation now makes sense. That yes, you can be certain there will be young people in cabinet who will debate issues of national importance from a lens of young people. When it comes to Nebi here, it was very joyous to have the appointment, because from Nebi district particularly, it's been 20 years since there was a ministerial appointment. Yes, and I think I would be the third minister from Nebi and the first female.
Okay. I have this question nayo banchirete yatukyali mbululu kati tutagenda kifo guarantee kijyowa mzee percentage kijyomuwa gyagenda okujja wano mu Nebi.
The guarantee, the number one guarantee,
yes,
is that Museveni will win Nebi. No any other candidate can win Nebi.
I've not seen any other posters in any other color. Why is it like that?
And you will not see, because the support is not there. And for us, we are very honest people. We don't know how to lie. Take it, we start putting up your posters now. We don't support you.
Are you trying to say that Museveni is unopposed in this region?
Nebi is from Museveni. I can't say unopposed because we are living in a multi-party system. There are other candidates, and it's a democratic process. You will find someone, an individual, casting their vote for another, but the majority, the greater good in Nebi is voting for President Museveni.
But do you think these campaigns are free and fair?
Do you think they are not?
Are the candidates treated fairly?
Do you think they are not? Is there a
I don't want to say that they are not, but I've seen a different candidates complaining.
Do you know what's funny? Is that me, I am among those people that don't even follow any other candidates' campaigns, because I feel like they have nothing that I should listen to. I only follow Museveni's trail all through. I know where Museveni is going to be the next day, the time, the district. If I can and my ministry schedule is not binding, I will go and support him. I don't even know who is where the opponent is. Like, that is how much of I think they have nothing to offer. I honestly don't know. I wouldn't lie to you that
some candidates like KYAGULANYI last time I was blocked from using the way to where he's supposed to go and campaign from. Is that fair?
Using the way how?
Like using the main road, bali bamusubwadde noyite eno nga bamalira obuddo atuuke. Is that being fair?
What do you mean? Bali bamusubwadde?
Oh, they were disturbing him.
They stopped him from reaching where he wanted to go.
And
he didn't campaign there.
But he reached late.
Who stopped him?
The police and security.
Then you should ask the police. I am not a police officer. I am not a police officer. I cannot speak for the police. I don't know what reasons they had, whatever was happening there on the ground. Me, I am a leader in other aspects.
Okay, before I give my fellows opportunities to ask you questions, why should people of Nebi vote for Hon Phiona Nyamutooro?
The people of Nebi already know. My manifesto is very clear to them and they sing it often. Did you hear them yesterday in the field?
Yes.
I don't have to resound it. They know already why they should vote for Phiona Nyamutooro. That's why they named me the light of Nebi, Lerupa Nebi.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't move alone. I'm putting on this silent majority jacket because
and
we are a
Patriotic
team.
League of Uganda.
Yes, we are a team, a media team, and my brothers are behind the cameras, and I believe they have some questions. Sean Stills.
He doesn't
Fire!
No, after being a national youth representative, now you're being a woman MP. Don't you think that you're gonna be why not MP for Nebi district?
No. My choice for district woman member of parliament was very intentional. I did not want to leave out anyone in my district. If I'd gone for a constituency, I would be restricted to a particular area. I wanted to reach every single village of this district, and it's only the district position that offers me that platform.
Honorable, you're so much into Nebi Central's progress.
FC.
Yes, how impactful is it to the youth in Nebi and the general community?
Well, football, as you know, is one of our strongest unifying factors. I think not just in Uganda, but in the entire world. So Nebi Central for us here in Nebi is one of those strong representative cards that we want to sell out to the country. But also most importantly, it's a breeding ground for our talents back here at home. So we're putting in as much support as we can to see that this talent grows and it goes beyond Nebi. Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any question?
Honorable, according to your submission, it seems like on your side everything is okay for Ugandan youth and because of President Museveni. My question is, we have seen so many young people moving with your opponent, that's Kyagulanyi Center. Is it because of ignorance, because of peer pressure, or they don't want to know what's going on?
No, certainly not. It is democracy and it is their right. You can't stop them from identifying with a candidate that they feel they want to support. Equally, there are thousands and millions of young people that are moving with President Museveni. Why don't you question that?
To add on that, according to Manifesto of Kyagulanyi, it's saying a new Uganda now. Don't you think Ugandans need a new Uganda now?
And my question is, which one is a new Uganda?
The bad thing that I'm in cameras is for Kashumbali.
I need a better picture to be painted for me to understand a new Uganda. A new Uganda, what will a new Uganda be? Will Nebi stop being Nebi?
This is what they say. A new Uganda, everyone will be free to do whatever they want. In a new Uganda, we shall have hospitals with medicine. A new Uganda, we shall have free education. A new Uganda, if you're at campus, immediately after, they will start paying you until you get a job. That's a new Uganda.
A policeman gets 3 million. 1 million?
1 million, yes.
That's a new Uganda. So this is a bit old Uganda.
Well, you know, as someone who works for government and by the grace of God, someone who has the access to sit in quite decisive meetings for this country, I would ask maybe what another person would not ask. I would ask, how would this miraculously happen? What is Uganda's budget? And how would you be able to enforce this? And how long would it take you to actually realize whatever ideal situation you're trying to paint.
So you mean we do not have enough income to make to fulfill what they are saying?
Don't you follow our budget every year? Don't you? It's literally impossible. It's gradually achievable with time, just like President Museveni rightly states it. It is gradually achievable with time, because with time, then you get to fix all the gaps of whatever you have been able to prioritize. When you're talking about free education, in what sense are you speaking about free education? We have university primary education that has been around for how long? We have university secondary education that has been around for how long? We've had government scholarships at the university level that have been around for how long? Do you want evidence of young people that have been beneficiaries of this? Are you saying that they don't exist? Or are you challenging the fact that these programs that already exist can be reviewed? And then, in your sense, whoever is saying that it is a new Uganda, how is your idea of a new Uganda new then? Because you already want to improve what is existing, right? Which even the current government is striving towards polishing what they have already put in place. So what is new about you? We want to hear that one new thing that we have never seen or that we have never tried to put in place. What is that one new thing?
For nothing.
How? Where?
Like the way it was.
Or maybe you can tell us, in a new Uganda, you would have a political party that has no grievances, that has no any irregularities that are being complained about. But I've seen political parties that are barely 10 years old and they're already having irregularities.
You're pointing somewhere.
Honorable Minister, on the issue of corruption, even when the president is talking, he acknowledges there is corruption in the country.
Yes.
According to you, what do you think we should do so that we can reduce the corruption rate in the country?
I equally acknowledge that there is corruption in the country. And corruption in the country is in many sectors. It comes in many forms. The only way we can be able to stand as Ugandans and say we are fighting corruption is by ensuring that our patriotism spirit is actually as patriotic as it sounds. Because if government is sending medicines to health centers and then you connive to sell these medicines, who is to blame?
The citizen. Under the government.
If you're working in a ministry and government has allocated resources, say to construct a particular road or to provide for a particular service, social service, and then you swindle that money, who is to blame?
We shall blame the president who keeps that person in the government.
Because
he has the powers.
What I think, because you see, you cannot speak of the president like as if you're speaking of a semi-god that can be everywhere at the same time. Much as we have systems and structures that can lead this information to the president, the issue is by the time the information reaches the president, a lot of damage has been done and a lot of services have been stopped. If we reach at a point where we all love our country as much as we love ourselves, we shall have a better say about corruption. We shall have more moral authority to speak about corruption. If opposition, that is supposed to be the alternative think tank of the country, also registers corruption as one of their challenges, then what do we have to say as a country? I think it's a problem that is binding all of us as a citizen, and no one can run away from it. When we are talking about corruption, each and every one of us, at the end of the day, has a role to play.
Let's have more two questions.
Honorable Minister, when we talk about your ministry, how does your ministry impact Muntu wa wansi? Yes.
By the way, you know the ministry we have. You know my ministry is quite wide, energy and mineral development. But let me restrict myself to mineral development. You know, mineral development is one of those sectors that is only known to those who are interested in the sector. And this is one of the things that I am fighting so hard to break the chain